Good evening.
Good evening.
Trying to think of sparrows.
Well, once again, I would just like to say it's a pleasure to stand before you. This is my first time at this venue, at this meeting. My name is Captain Keith Walton. I've been the commanding officer of the 49 precinct for essentially a little bit over 9 months. So at the 18th of this month, God willing, we'll be closing in on my 10th month. It is truly an honor to serve as your commanding officer of the 49 precinct. Very large precinct, 3.8 to 3.9 square miles. However, I can definitely stand before you and tell you we are getting the job done. This is the third consecutive CompStat period that we are the safest precinct of the 12 in the borough of the Bronx. The proof is in the pudding. For the week to date, we experienced a 35.7 decrease in crime, with 18 versus 28 for that week. And when we look at the 28-day, we experienced a 22.7 decrease in overall index crimes, with 75 versus 97. Unfortunately, we are up in crime for the year to date with 301 versus 278, so an increase of 23 majors. But for the first time in a long time, we have seen a decrease under 10% year to date in crime. So we're right at the point of 8.3%. We do have a significant increase in our robbery arrests. When we look at our robbery arrests, for the period, basically we have experienced a 216.7 increase with regards to robbery arrests. So that's 19 versus 6. Our quality of life enforcement is up, and we continue to go in the right direction. Last week, this time we had the 49 Precinct Community Council meeting, when I had the opportunity to stand before each and every one of you and report to you how the command was doing. I said we were doing well then. Well, now we're actually doing better. And the reason why we're doing better is because we put together a 3-day surge, which was our attempt to, number one, increase our outreach to the community. Number two, increase our visibility in some of our most problematic locations. And number three, of all, decrease the overall index crimes that we're experiencing in certain geographical locations within the 49 precinct. Since that was so successful, I kind of give my officers a break from the deployment. But next week, after the election day, we're going to be back in the same general locations from Wednesday through Saturday. I was able to create a partnership with Renner Center. What I wanted to do is stimulate the young youth, the young minds, and have them come out and join us. We're going to roll out this event in Zimmerman Park, and then we're going to move it to Eastchester, and then we'll go south to Loretto Park. So what I did was I asked Renner Center if they will donate 6 to 10 large screen TVs. So I'm putting together a video game tournament. It's going to go from a Friday to Saturday. Friday being at 4:00 p.m. when they get out of school. And we're going to go all the way to 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, the young individuals are not going to be out to 2 in the morning. But the individuals that are usually
Out.
prone to get into certain activities that are not beneficial for themselves or for the community, they essentially will be in one location playing video games with the officers and so on and so forth. To follow that up on Wednesday, which will start at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, we're looking to engage with kids as young as 8 to adults up to 25. Obviously, they won't be in the same location. Certain locations of the park will be designated for the adolescents, people younger, and then the adults. And so we'll have some face painting, some balloon tying. We're going to have a live DJ. So I'm going to ask the merchants in the vicinity to help us if they would like to donate some hot dogs, chicken, ribs, and then I'll have some of my officers or some of the officers grill the food on the grill. That's just our way to increase the outreach with the community. But other than that, I mean, unless I don't want to monopolize too much of your time, we're doing great. I feel that we can do better when we don't take any index crimes. Obviously, I've heard the issues of the speeding on Allenton Avenue, Bronx Park East,
Oh, no.
the 311 issues. Please, I give my telephone number for one reason and one reason only, for you to call. I don't want to hear, I didn't want to bother you, okay? When you don't call me, I'm thinking everything is okay, all right? Don't wait for me to come to a meeting and say, well, I'll just throw it at them then. By then, it's too late. So, once again, I'll give out the number again, 646-634-7105. If you call me and I don't pick up, call me back again. My voicemail is now set up, so you can leave a message, and I will get back to you. But I tell you right now, I am not going to respond to a text message late in the evening. Just give me a call, and I'm really happy with the direction the precinct is going. You know, we're really listening to your complaints of issues, concerns. If you give me a call or you contact Jay Sturtevant, Dave Lepore, Tyrone Maduros, if you contact either of the four and just let us know of your complaint, I can kind of redeploy my personnel to rectify that issue. So I stand before you today to let you know that I am going to try to put together a unit of 6 to 8 police officers where we can guarantee you that during the hours of the 3rd platoon, from 3:30 to 11:30 at night, that I will have an increased uniform presence on Allenton Avenue. All right? I promise you that. If you have any questions, please ask me now. Other than that, I mean, you really don't have too many complaints because, like I said before in the other meeting, we're doing our job. But if you do have a complaint, please raise it.
Not a complaint, quick question. The video tournament and everything, do you have a date yet? Because I heard you say Wednesday.
I'm looking to roll that out May 20th to the 21st. That's going to be a Friday and Saturday.
Okay. And when you say Allenton and White Plains Road, or just
Allenton Avenue. Allenton Avenue.
Because I know Allenton goes all the way.
Right. Well, basically the business district.
Okay.
Right.
On
White Plains
Well,
Road,
we're not going to be
Boston.
definitely all the time on Allenton Avenue. We will be in that vicinity. Okay? The officers are not just going to be standing and greeting. They're also out here to be a police officer, not to be a social worker.
Right.
Okay? So,
Excuse me, Captain.
Yeah.
The event is May 20th to 30th?
so the 21st. It's a 2-day event, Friday into Saturday. And I really have to really take my hat off to Renner Center, because I was expecting that I was going to have to go to some of the civic organizations and ask for them to cover the cost of the TVs. But they said, you know what, they'll do it for free. So, I mean, you don't get too many businesses, giving or lending their equipment, let alone, an individual coming out with the equipment for free. So hats off to them. They don't know that I'm going to ask them to go to Eastchester. They don't know that I'm going to ask them to also go to Loretto Park. But other than that, it's phenomenal. We would like to continue with regards to the decrease in crime. The kids that were able to interact with the horses that were on patrol in the vicinity of Allenton Avenue to AD Avenue, from White Plains Road all the way over to Bronx Park East, I know we piqued their interest. And if only one of them or more, decides to say that they're going to become a professional, whether that's a New York City police officer, a New York City teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever that may be, we know we can pique their interest into something else to transcend out of the environment which some of them are. And that's all we want to do. We want to increase the uniform presence, so you and people that will feel safe getting off of that train station late at night, because we noticed that a huge percentage of our crime, or the crime victims, are those victims that get off that train station late at night, whether they're going north on east and west on Allenton, or north or south on White Plains Road. So by seeing the increased uniform presence in the vicinity, in the location, is going to contribute to the decrease in crime, and people are knowing when they get off the train at 11 o'clock at night they will see a police officer there. So, depending on the deployment, because unfortunately at times we do lose officers to Yankee Stadium, okay, to the Bronx Zoo. What is the other? The beach. Right. Orchard Beach and a few other details. But we're making the best with the officers we have assigned to the 4-9 precinct. And hats off again to the elected officials, because without their support, without them lobbying for more officers, we increased the classes. We just received 12 new police officers. So they're going to go through their training. As we receive those 12 new police officers, the 4 to 6 that were already in the precinct for 6 months, now they're going to be going into patrol squads. So you're going to be seeing more officers on foot and more officers in patrol cars. Once again, any crime or any conditions that you have that you're aware of along the Bronx Park East corridor within the park, please let me know. I've designated the Bronx Park East, that park that runs particularly on the western corridor of the command. That's one of our top quality locations. And the officers, you will see them go into the park late at night to issue summonses for people not obeying